I was recording the Dark Phoenix. I even tried to put it in slow motion. They wouldn't let me play it, so I have to replay this video this way, and then just stop right before I played a movie. I need to adjust this number because it's still May 21st, but the 21 days is when World War III will be declared on June 7th. And then it's 21 days from that point on. And the Dark Phoenix rises because the mark of the beast, it'll be implemented. Like when you go to a grocery store and you try to put in $1, it says like that. So that happens on June 7th until 21 days later. And then 21 days later is going to be the end of the World War III, because World War III is spiritual. Alright, this is pretty ironic. World War I began on June 28th, 1914, because they illustrated right here the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Australia and Sophia. So they were both, supposedly murdered. Yeah, see the guy with the gun? He has the revolver. You see Professor Plum right here? He has the revolver. And so I guess he shot him in the eye. And that guy is coming up from behind him, getting ready to stab him in the back. That's crazy, man. It's crazy that on my birthday, June 28th, that this war began. So it was Archduke Franz and his wife Sophia, like AI, and that was the events leading to World War I, leading to it. High treason was the charges. And then exactly 5 years later, June 28, 1919, is when Germany signed a treaty of Versailles, officially ending its involvement in World War I. The treaty subjected Germany to a number of harsh penalties and restricted that many historians believe contributed to the rise of Adolf Hitler. Ah, I see. So we're kind of repeating history, right? We're kind of repeating history. The restrictions that many historians believe contributed to the rise of SJD. So it's the same thing. The peace treaty they're talking about rolling it out June 25th, which is 3 days before the 28th, when this war was ended. World War I began and ended on the same exact date. So on June 28th, I didn't realize this until this year, that the coincidence of the war beginning and ending on my birthday. It's funny. And then you have so from World War I, that was the rising of, the Antichrist. So it'll be 42. May 21st. And then 21 days of Michael. Well, Now it's pushed 17 days. Because in 17 days from May 21st is 6/7. And that's when the dark phoenix rises up in theaters. Oh, boy, is it going to be a new movie. It's a new movie in the theaters. At a theater near you, for sure, on June 7th. So the movie's about X-Men characters, and going to space and everything. But it's interesting to watch the trailer for the rising, the Dark Phoenix this summer. So, at the same time, it's when the modern day Adolf Hitler rises up for 21 days. For 21 days. Which is, it's like three whole weeks, 3 whole weeks. He gets to reign. I mean, it's long enough, right? Give him 3 weeks to figure it out, to be the last one to understand that this whole world has changed. The mindset has changed. Everybody just hasn't relayed that message yet to everybody that needs to know. But it's out there, and everybody will know when the time comes for everybody to know. Then I saw a beast with 10 horns and 7 heads rising out of the sea of people. I'm not reading the King James, but I want to see what the words say, because I'm used to reading the King James anyway. But there were 10 royal crowns on its horns and blasphemous names on its heads. The beast I saw was like a leopard with the feet of a bear and the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave the beast his power and throne and great authority. One of his heads of the beast appeared, to be fatally wounded. But the mortal wound was healed, and the whole world marveled and followed the beast. So the system, the rise of the phoenix, the dark phoenix, is the true beast that the elite are talking about, that they're playing out. The money. So when everything collapsed on June 7th and any store you go into, it doesn't accept cash, then you know that this beast has risen for the next 21 days. Then they worship the dragon who had given authority to the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, "Who is like the beast? Who can make war against it?" The beast was given a mouth to speak arrogant and blasphemous words, and authority to act for 42 months. For 42 months to act.
That 4 months. That is 4 months.
That beast. And the beast opened its mouth to blaspheme against God and slander his name and his tabernacle, those who dwell in heaven. Then the beast was permitted to wage war against the saints and to conquer them, which is coming tomorrow, midnight. That's the flood is truly the lies that are going to come in, and the rapture is, it's not really good. They're not really going to push it on TV, but on YouTube, the rapture is going to be referred to as, everybody who's off of YouTube, like, you won't know, like Steve Fletcher, for instance. When he's not on there, everybody will start thinking, even though you can't voice your opinion anymore, but everybody's going to start thinking, "Oh my God, the rapture happened. They're gone and we're left behind." And then at the same time, the other conspiracy theorists that don't believe in the rapture, but they believe in aliens, are going to believe that aliens have started to abduct people uh, when people are missing from YouTube. You see what I'm saying? So that lines up pretty well. And then the beast was permitted to wage war against the saints and to conquer them as we get kicked off YouTube. And it was given authority over every tribe and people and tongue and nation. And all who dwell on the earth will worship the beast. All whose names have not been written from the foundation of the world in the book of the life of the Lamb, who was slain. Whoever has an ear, let him hear who was slain. Whoever has an ear, let him hear. And there's how many days? 38 days, 4 hours and 14 minutes and 33 seconds. 33 seconds. Until the end of World War III. That's the pattern. The pattern is they're copying World War I, obviously, with Steve rising up as the Antichrist and Hitler rising up as the Antichrist. And I don't know how long Hitler reigned for, but it wasn't that long. I know Steve's going to reign for a lot less. And all the people just haven't told him yet. And that's all it is. In due time, like starting tomorrow, into the 22nd, is for the next 17 days, the number 17 according to Harold Camping. And I'm sure it's been proven, but I like to stick with Harold Camping. The number 17 represents the gathering into the kingdom of heaven. So you got 17 days until May 21st. 17 days until June 7th, when the phoenix rises and the economy collapses and the first beast is wounded and did live, and they're all going to worship. Everybody who don't know any better, they're just going to worship the beast. It's what they're going to do, because they're not going to know. It ain't like he's going to kill you or do anything. It's just the end result is, look, you're going to repeat history, and this time around, history is proven right in front of all of our faces. Every one of us, it's proven right in front of our faces. So that was the beginning and ending of World War I. World War II was all about the Antichrist playing out back then, like 70 years ago with Hitler. And then World War III, well, World War III started (6/28, 1976). And it's going to end June 28th, 2019. 42 full years.